challenge. Okay, moving right along here from social distancing to social masking. My wife informed me that I'm going to be sewing masks. So I watched a lot of videos. There's a whole lot of videos out there of a lot of brave women sewing masks for other people, showing how to sew masks, maybe selling them online for so cheap. It's amazing. These are heroes, really heroes. But I'm asking myself, hey, isn't this a man's world? Where are all the men making the videos showing how to make masks? Nobody is out there. So I watched a video of some lady showing how to make a mask, and the video wasn't really very good, but the mask I thought was great. This is the mask I'm wearing right now. And I fought my way through that and decided to make a video showing some details of how to do that and to make a challenge there. Hey, guys, go to your man's cave, get your tools off the desk or the workbench or whatever you got. Get your tools off, get all your, I don't know what you're making, fishing lures, do-it-yourself hatchet kits or whatever. Move it all out of the way and get yourself a sewing machine and put it there and make some masks. So that's what this video is for, okay? Yeah, we'll get right to it. Okay, like I said, the woman who did this video, she seems to be a seamstress, because if you look at her machine, it's really professional. And so she left out some things that to her are probably obvious, but not to me. So I'm going to show you this real quick. I've got 32 times 25, and I'm going to fold it like this, okay? And they say ironed is half sewed. Good ironed is half sewed, but I'm just going to go like that. So now I've got 16 times 25. If you don't have that big of a piece, then just use two pieces and lay them over each other. I don't have to sew here, I have to sew here, so I'm going to be missing some material. So if you do that, then make it like 16 and a half or 17, you know, to give you more room. And then, I'm excited about the comments on this part. And then what she did is she used some sort of a ruler and measured off 4 centimeters from each corner. And I just used a pizza box and went like this. And I don't know what she did, but I'm moving off like the width of my seam to that corner. And I'm just going to mark it off with a pen here. This... Oh, wait a second, do it just the other way. This is the side I wanted to be the good side. I'm going to take the bad side, the side that I don't want. So I'm going to do this again. So make sure it's all correct. And let's go for it. Pizza box, put it in the corner. Just mark off the edge. Like that. And then you can go all the way into the corner down here. Yeah, and like I said, she was just, she was speaking some language, I don't know. I'm not an expert, Japanese or whatever. And there were the closed captions. It was like, oh, I'm so happy about this. I'm so happy about this. So that was about all there was, pretty much. So there wasn't much explanation. So I'm going to pin this off here. Times. Pin it off here. Here. I'm going to be sewing here, 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 and here. You know how you usually knot the ends, or do a backward stitch to make sure that this is going to be not falling out, the stitch not going to loosen up. It's not necessary at this point because this is all going to get sewn over about 100 times. So here I want to go all the way up to the edge to where I want to stop, and what I do is I leave the needle in the material, lift that, turn the material, and put the shoe back down. So I've got a real sharp corner. And now what I could do is I could lift the shoe again and move the needle to the right, and so now I'm going to have more material under the shoe. That's the way I do that. Okay. And now we're going to get close along the edge here, pretty close, as close as we can. You have to make sure the edges are exact. So go real slow here to that point where I want to go. Oh, that was too far. Okay. And lift this, turn it, put the needle back in the middle. So, why do I know how to sew? Well, a little bit anyway. It's one of those things. I know a little bit about a lot of things, usually just enough to get me in trouble. Yeah, we used to go swimming, my brothers and sisters and I, the four of us. The two older ones were riding the bicycle, and us two younger ones were sitting on the handlebars. It was a long ride. So take the pins out, and then you cut off the corners. Yeah, and so to say this politically correct, we were needy, and us boys didn't have swimming suits, so we had to use old cut-off shorts. And that wasn't allowed because they could fray and end up clogging the filters, the swimming pool. So we had to sew them up. And I was doing that. I guess I was about 8 years old or something. And my brothers and sisters were waiting for me to finally be done. And so the next time I had to do that, I had my sister, I think it was my sister Pat, show me how to use the sewing machine. And since then I've been sewing up my jeans that are too long. Or I even sewed a kite one time. But I'm not a tailor or anything like that. Now we're going to turn it around, which isn't very easy. And make sure that this fold here, and then where we sewed, is all the way out. Stick our fingers in there and everything. It's all the way out. Here's where the part comes in. Like I said, half ironed is half sewed, but I'm going to go just like that. So, and that'll work. So make sure. Okay. Do the same thing on this side, which is not as easy because here we have our sewn edge. Like that. Like that. So, but I'm going to sew over this again. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go like this. Move my needle over to the right, go into the fabric and make sure that I'm just barely on the edge. I don't have any markings here, unfortunately. And I'm going to sew all the way around here. Like I said, it doesn't matter. So. And the same thing on this side. If you're not quite close enough to the edge, that doesn't really matter, because right now this step is just to give this thing more form. It's a step later where it really matters, but now it doesn't matter that much. Okay, I think I got it about right. So what I did is I cut off, I turned it around to inside out, well outside in, and cut the corners off, and then I sewed around the edges here, here, and here, and here, even though it was already folded, I did that. So now, usually you do this on the table, but I'm going to do it right here. I'm going to fold it like this, and make sure that this is overlapping pretty much, and that this triangle is pretty large. And then I'm just gonna pin it here to make sure it doesn't slip. And now I'm gonna sew this along the edge. And like I said, what I do is I just go down with the needle down there and see if I'm about where I need to be, and go for it. Like I said, I've got my needle set to the right now, so as much material is under the needle as possible. That looks like that. I'll do the other side. So I was looking for my shoestring. It doesn't have to be elastic. In the video that this nice lady made, I put the link down in the description. She's just using some sort of string. And this needs to be about 30 centimeters long. This is pretty difficult because I'm trying to do it pretty exact. And this lady in the video didn't really do it that exact. So I'm folding it over one time and another time. And what I'm doing is I'm making a tunnel. And I don't think this woman made a tunnel. And I don't know if it's really necessary. She might have just sewed through that thing. Don't know. And actually, this material that I'm using is a little bit too thick. It could be thinner. The ones I made before were actually thinner. So So anyway, I've got it something like that, okay? Now here, you need to hit the reverse and make sure that this is locked pretty tight. It's not perfect, but like I said, I'm not a professional, and I'm sure it's going to hold. Okay, so I've got mine so I can move it back and forth. It's a tunnel. I don't know if that's necessary, and if you had a thinner material it'd be a lot easier. So do this on both sides. Okay, this time I sewed through it, that's why it was so thick. But I don't think it matters. Okay, I found out that actually you just have to tie a knot in here like this, and then, I don't know, look in a Boy Scout book, this is called a square knot, like this. And you can adjust it then, loosen it, tighten it, loosen it, tighten it, make it probably a little bit shorter, and see how it hangs on your ear, and then it's okay. So, now this is the step that I didn't quite understand at first, until I did it myself. Now we're gonna make it three-dimensional. We're gonna take this here, and put it like that, and pin that. And take this here and put it like that and pin it. And now we're just going to sew right through one time along here. So that's the mask in a nutshell, sort of. Except for the part where I sewed over it, I have to fix that. This was actually pretty lousy for a tutorial, but my other masks that I made, they were a lot better. And like I said, you can fold it like this, and the best thing, that's what she showed in the video, even before you sew the second side, is that it's symmetrical, which it is actually not bad. So, and that's all. But I'm not going to wear this pink one. Okay. Disclaimer. Forgot about this. Okay, you see I don't have a nose thing here. This mask is not made, or is not, okay, disclaimer. Okay, you see I don't have a nose piece here. I don't think it's necessary. It lays along the nose because it's 3D mask pretty well. And actually this mask is not to protect you against getting COVID-19. This mask might help to prevent other people from getting it from you if you've got it, but I don't think your nose has to be covered up that much. This is crazy. And yeah, so anyway, and there's no filter place for it. If you want that, you just have to use another design. I don't think it's necessary. It's 2 layers, and like I said, just dunk it in boiling water, wring it out, let it dry. You can iron it to dry it, so you're going to kill all the viruses maybe with the iron. Yeah. You could inject it with disinfectant or put it under strong UV lights, whatever. Okay, bye-bye, thanks a lot.